But then we get into why am I doing all this stuff, and why am I doing this, and what's my story behind this, and why do I have such a big passion behind blind hockey and hockey in general. When I was a kid, I was 4 years old. I grew up playing hockey in Canada in a small town in Toronto called Weston. And I started skating at started skating at 3, started playing organized hockey at 4. And I loved to play. It was my dream to play hockey. When I was 17 years old, I was playing AAA hockey in Toronto on a team called the Toronto Young Nationals. And my goal was to play junior A hockey in about a few weeks' time. And my second goal after that was to then go NCAA and play on a college hockey team at the D1 level. But I learned that I had something called Leber's optic neuropathy, which is a rare condition which took away the central sight in both my eyes, leaving me legally blind. It's a impairment called Leber's optic neuropathy again. And I was told this a week before my senior year of high school when I was looking to go again with the hopes of playing in the National Hockey League. So I had two options. One was I could have given up, right, and kissed all my dreams away of playing hockey, or two is I could have did something about it and given back to the game that I love. And the small world story why I'm here today is because I'm standing before everyone here and I'm doing exactly what I'm doing, giving back to the game that I love, because this is what it's all about. And sometimes in life things don't work out necessarily the way you want them to, but things sometimes happen for a reason, right? And so that's why I'm here. And so now what happens is I do this all across Canada in different provinces. We organize learn to skate programs for youth who are visually impaired. And we get them on the ice, we teach them how to skate. We have a great time, which is what we're going to have today, and a lot of fun. We work as well with the Canadian blind hockey teams. We have a partnership with NC State College of Textiles, as you know, working on a new blind hockey puck. Trying as well work on getting blind hockey to be more and more well known, not just in Canada, but also the United States and around the world. Okay? So I had this idea, Courage Canada, and I wanted to make sure to raise funds and awareness, because as you know, a lot of things, sometimes to get things going costs money, right? So I had this idea that in 2009, this summer, I decided to strap on my inline skates, so my roller skates, and skate from Toronto to Vancouver, which is 5,000 kilometers, okay? That would be the distance of about 2,800 miles, I believe, which is, anyone here know what the distance of 2,800 miles is in the U.S.?
New York to LA.
So New York to LA was where I decided to skate in equivalency to where I skated in Canada, so that we could raise funds and awareness. We had a lot of great people come on board. Organizations like the NHL Diversity, Reebok, Tim Hortons. Our lead sponsor was the owner of the Ottawa Senators named Eugene Malnick. And all these people really came on board to help out and lend a hand on this project. Raised up to $60,000 to start Learn to Skate programs now in 3 provinces in Ontario, British Columbia, and Quebec. And so now we're out here today because you, in fact, are the honor of being the first program from the Courage Canada and Courage Carolina standpoint in all of the United States to go onto the ice today. So we didn't tell you that part, but we're going to tell you right now. So today is a great day going down in history, and this is a very big project for Courage Canada. It's our first one ever in the United States. You're the first 6 students, there's 6 here, right? Yes. The first 6 students to ever do it. Let's give a big round of applause as we get out there. So we're going to get into a quick few questions. We're going to have some questions from anyone here who wants to talk either about my life story, about Courage Canada, the Courage Carolina project, Dr. Russell Gorga's group with the engineering project, and what's happening with the blind hockey puck, which some of the students can answer questions. We have Professor Dr. Gorga who's here. And we're going to do that, and then I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman named Matt Morrow from Canadian Blind Sports. He's going to be talking about our skating and what we're going to be doing today out on the ice, okay? So, questions to start from anybody here today. Yep. Sorry, someone's gonna have to.
How long did it take you to skate that distance?
Good question. It took me 3.5 months, so 111 days to skate from Toronto to Vancouver.
Were you skating just about every day?
I skated every day except for in every major city. We took 48 hours off. Me and my 3 buddies who came with me. So total about 100 days worth of skating and 11 rest days. Skated up to 60 to 80 kilometers a day. A couple days were in the 90s, and my highest day was 96 kilometers, which is miles-wise would be 60, 70, something like that. So somewhere in there. Doing the whole miles-kilometers conversion. I know I did this one time when I was in like middle school or high school. I do not remember though, so I'm trying to figure it all out now still.
What was it like going over the Canadian Rockies?
The Rockies were good. They were rocky. They were rocky. There's a place in the Rocky Mountains called Rogers Pass, and Rogers Pass is when I was skating through the prairies, so I guess you could say the farmlands, and Is that the best way to term farmlands?
Yeah.
Farmlands. And up to northern Ontario through the farmlands. People kept telling me, you got to be careful of Rogers Pass, Rogers Pass. I said, you know, how bad could this Rogers Pass be, right? Like, it couldn't be that bad. Literally, it is one of the biggest inclines that I had to face on this whole trip. It took me pretty much close to the day to climb it from its bottom point to get to the very top of Rogers Pass. And it was a very triumphant day, and I felt really happy. But the Rocky Mountains were very tough. I had to stay very focused. Okay, I had to make sure I kept my feet moving, and I wasn't cold. There were sometimes it'd be very cold. There'd be snow on the ground, and I had these inline roller hockey wheels that I was skating with. So I'm sure you can imagine what that would be like. So it was tough. I had to keep going. I went through 5 pairs of skates that Reebok came on board with. Okay, went through 5 pairs of inline skates, 250 wheels. Went with 3 buddies, 111 days, 3.5 months, all for one cause. Okay, so people who are blind can have the opportunity to play hockey in Canada and around the world. So that's what it all comes back to today, to provide you guys from Governor Moorhead School with the opportunity to get out there on the ice today, have a good time. And we've had so many partners that have come together, as I showed you, everyone here today that's come out, because we strongly feel and believe that this is something that should be happening, not just here in Raleigh with you students, okay, getting it started, but as well all around the world, because we do know with everyone around the world putting themselves strapping their skates on, good things can happen, and there can be more and more people playing hockey who are visually impaired. What do you think? Do you think maybe in 2016, 2020, maybe have blind hockey in the Paralympic Games? Not sure. That'd be cool, but the only way it can happen is if we have youth right now who are visually impaired playing the game. So starting right now in USA, we got 6 people getting this started. So let's get this started, everybody. So now